Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for Arbitrum. Real quickly on the daily, you can see we had quite a range since inception of this. But one area we have to keep in mind is down here. Hard to tell which low to actually call the low because it came within 10% of the previous low. For purposes of this bullish count, the low is over here at the C wave. And on the daily, we had a wave 1, 2, 5 waves up for our third, came just shy of the 1.618 extension. We came into our fourth between the 236 and the 382 on log scale. On linear, we're right where we should be, the 382 to the 50. And looking for targets for our fifth wave up between 267 and 320, depending how impulsive this fifth wave gets. You can see we kind of came out of our pitchfork, which switches probabilities to a different count, but we recovered right into it. And after the move yesterday, it looks like we have a impulse to the upside starting. And our wave 4 invalidation is here at 122.54. I will show you the alternative counts. I'm just going to lean into this one for a moment. We were tracking this last video, looking for 5 waves down here, if you remember. We ended up getting 3 waves, which changes the labeling to a WXY. All that is we got a double zigzag here, ABC, ABC. So looking at today's action, looks like we are in the middle of a impulse. Probability switch to the upside once we get through the 618. It looks like we're in a third wave. Want to see a fourth and a fifth up, and then find support in this area before entering into a trade. But I'm keeping an eye on this today. I do want to get an entry into this because there is some pretty bullish scenarios. For purposes of this current count, again, up between 267 and 320. So for this count to hold, we got our WXY right in the area we were expecting. Again, just waiting for this wave to complete and looking for sideways action here in an ABC before I look for an entry. If we get this, again, those have to be filled out. I will look for my trade something like this up to that 270 to 320 area. So it will be a nice little setup. So that's what I'm looking for over the next day or two. Now I want to show you my alternatives. If we fail here, what would that look like? How we fail, just down on the hourly, is as if this is a first wave of a larger correction. We got WXY, so an A wave, we come up for our B, and we can continue to drag down here and invalidate. And that scenario is a larger corrective pattern to the upside. I'll show you that on the daily now. Or sorry, the 4 hourly. So that is my primary count. This is my alternative. If we break down after making an ABC to the upside, I would expect this to be a 3, 3, 3 as a WXY, because unfortunately in this bull scenario, as you can see, we've made a 3, 3, 3 so far. Obviously we expect that to be a 1, 2, 3, our fourth complete looking for our fifth, but this is also in play as a WXY, in which case we'd expect a correction down to at least the 50 at around 127.05, and to find support above this previous resistance before going up for our Y wave, at which point we would pull our fibs and look for the 1-to-1 extension. But as of right now, I can't grab those extensions until that wave fills out. So that's my alternative if we fail and we get that bad news about the ETF or whatever, how people react to that news. And my final bullish scenario I believe it is the less probable, but because we have 3 and 3, this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, unlikely, but it is possible, in which case we would absolutely take off. And if that's the case, we'd expect this correction to take a little bit longer as well, and start to extend pretty fast to the upside. And I'd look for 5 waves up. Look for 5 waves to the upside above this level, but not quite at targets of that 230 and 270 up here, just up in this area, and I would look for an extension to the upside. But I'm not going to go into that one too much at the moment. I believe this is the most likely scenario at the moment, and my secondary is this WXY, where this drifts sideways longer and then we start to break down. But either way, it looks like a good trade setup for me for the day, at least, to go for that impulse completion to the upside between 267 and 320. All right, guys, that's it for Arbitrum. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. And I did post some other updates if you want to check the playlist at the end. Thanks.